So our topic for today is all about income elasticity of demand. Huwag kayong mag-alala kasi if you fully master the computations of the price elasticity of demand, madali na lang din po yung income elasticity of demand. Why? All you need to do is to change, diba? Nabanggit ko sa inyo, when computing for the elasticity of demand, you only need to change the denominator. Diba? Denominator lang. So in this case, we have Y as a representation of income. So income elasticity of demand is the degree of responsiveness of a percentage change in quantity demanded with a percentage change in income. Meaning, if nagkaroon ba tayo ng percentage increase in income or decrease in income, gaano niya nakaka-apekto, gaano yan nakaka-apekto sa demand natin. Remember, na kung income ang pinag-uusapan natin, ang nasa isip natin dyan, malamang sa malamang is pag lumaki yung income natin, mas malaki yung purchasing power natin. Therefore, we will demand for more. Diba? Pero kapag bumaba yung income natin, syempre, bababa din yung quantity demanded natin. As we know with the basic na demand theory. Okay? So, yun yung sinasabi niya dito. Pero gaano? Ka-responsive ba siya? Okay? Gagalaw ba talaga siya or hindi? So, yun yung reason. So, in this case, we have Y as income. Next. Yung formula is the same pa rin. It's a percentage change, meaning you will be dividing it first with the average. Mag-average at mag-average ka pa rin. Okay? Next. So, when the result in the income elasticity is greater than 1, then the product is called a normal good. But it's considered as a luxury. So, dalawa yung magiging interpretation natin. So, this one, if it is greater than 1, it is considered as luxury goods, luxurious. So titingnan natin later on, ano ba yung mga luxury or hindi luxury products sa atin. And if it is less than 1, it's a necessity. Okay, so pag titingnan natin, if it is greater than 1, it's a luxury good. Ibig sabihin, malamang sa malamang, nagkaroon tayo ng increase in income, bumili tayo. Diba? We considered as bumili tayo ng mas marami, then luxurious sa atin. So sa akin, if ever man, mamaya, if ever man, no, ang luxury item sa akin siguro, chicken. Pag nagkaroon ako ng increase in income, yung dating consumption ko ng chicken yung kinakain ko sa araw, 1/2 to 3/4, baka maging 2 kilo per day na. Okay, so yun. Kaya marami akong skin tags because of the chicken. So kayo, ano kaya yun sa inyo? So dalawa, balikan natin. Classifications will be either it's a luxury good or a necessity. Tapos meron tayong, if it is greater than 0, it's a normal good, or it's a less than 0, it's an inferior good. So, ibig sabihin, dalawa po. No? Ibig sabihin din ba dito, sir, gagamit pa ba tayo dito ng absolute value? Hindi na. Okay, walang absolute value dito kasi if it is negative 1 point something, negative 1.31, for example, it's greater than or less than? It's less than 0. So, it's inferior. So, ganun yung mangyayari computations natin dito. Okay? So, again, for the interpretations, when the results of the income elasticity is greater than 1, the product is called a normal good, yes, but it's also considered as a luxury or luxurious goods. Okay? This happens when an increase in a consumer's income had caused substantial increase in demand for the product. On the other hand, when the resulting income elasticity is negative number, it's a negative. So wala absolute value dito. The good is said to be inferior. So a good becomes inferior when an increase in income brings about a decrease in demand. Let's say, for example, ako, pag na-double yung income ko, it might come into a chance na hindi na ako bibili ng tuyo. Diba? Parang ganun. Or pwedeng nag-double yung income ko, yung tuyo, consumption ko ng tuyo times 2. So in that case, that is considered as luxury. Again, depende yan sa mako-compute natin and depende yan sa mga customers natin and how they view their products or goods. So a good becomes inferior when an increase in incomes brings about a decrease. Ganyan. So a good is said to be unitary or walang effect if income elasticity is equal to 1. Okay? So this is the summary of, I want you to remember, of the elasticity of demand. So, try natin, para maalala na natin, copy na natin. So, let's have the snipping tool for it. My life This is yung so save natin. So this one is YED. YED, ibig sabihin, income elasticity of demand. Okay, going back. So pag-aralan natin ang computations. So we have example number 1. Serene earns a monthly salary of 5,000 and consume a 1,000 pesos worth of chicken per month. When her income increased by 2,500, alam niyo na yung increase by and increase to per month, she started to consume 2,000 worth of chicken. O, parehas kami nito. Serene's demand for chicken meet normal, inferior, necessity, or luxury. Okay, so copy na rin natin siya and allow us to compute the example. So chicken ni Serena. So this is a character played by Liza Soberano. Siya talaga naalala ko na. Serena. Anong palabas yun? Si Taytay. Si Taytay, saka si Serena. Dolce de Amor. Okay. Thank you, Jaron, for reminding yourself. Hindi kayo mahilig, no? Ako, ayaw ko ng Pilipino eh. Kung may gusto man akong Pilipino, silang dalawa lang. Yeah. Silang dalawa lang. Liza Soberano lang ako. Liz Queen. So we have here the YED. Yada, 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 yada. And then let's have the example number 1. Si Serena. Aba, ibang Serena yung nasa isip niyo. Serena Dalrymple. Kilala niyo pa ba yun? Hindi na. Hindi kilala yun.
Sir, kilala.
Di ba sila yung sa Princess Dalrymple? Ganito ba yun? Yan. Ito si Serena. Wrong spelling pa pala ako. Yung tanda na niya. Parang hindi ako matanda. 41 na pala niya. So, saan siya nakilala? Akala mo na yun, yung tanging ina. Okay. Ay, ate mo si Liza. Okay, wag kang mag-alala kung ate mo si Liza. Concern na ako sa kanya, wala akong pakialam sa'yo. Yung bully Lord. Hindi, joke lang. May nag-chat sa akin, sabi niya ate niya daw si Liza. Sabi ko, wala akong pakialam sa kanya. Ano, joke lang. Ay, naka-private ba yung chat niya? Ay, oo, naka-private. Okay. Pero yung mga nag-react, barkada niya. Ay, nagbigay tuloy ng clue. Okay, going back, we can still use this formula. A and B. So, palitan lang natin to. Copy ko lang. Asa. Ay, ate pala Okay. Sorry. Saya. So in this case, we have change in income, hindi siya price. So this one is income. Okay. So wala na yung total revenue kasi hindi yan magiging part ng test natin. Okay? So dito, yung quantity demanded, it's in the form of pesos kasi hindi siya naka-quantity. Yeah. Happiness. Okay. So quantity demanded A. So 1,000 pesos worth of chicken and then for salary of 5,000. Would you imagine yung sahod niya 5,000? Tapos na-afford niya mag-chicken. So, labas, mga basher. Lang. And then we have an increase of 2,500. So, nadagdagan yung sahod niya ng 2,500. So, 7,500 na yun. Naging 2,000. Ay, sorry, baliktad. This one is 7,500. Ito, naging 2,000 na daw yung worth ng chicken. So, would you imagine yung increase na 2,500? yung 40% na punta ka agad sa chicken. So, I like this one. So this one, palitan lang natin. It's YED. It's change in income. So change in 1 tayo dito. Okay, so percentage change and percentage change in income. So sabi ko kasi inyo, magagamit pa rin natin yung formula. Bakit? Papalit-palitan mo lang naman ang denominator. Then we have the YED. YED. Okay, so try natin, compute. Quantity demanded one, this case is in the form of peso. Okay, so peso na siya. And then for the price or income, so this income 1, income 2, get still the average ko. Ang padali lang. So 5,000, then 7,500. Yan. We have 1.6667. So wala tayong absolute value. Punta tayo dun sa interpretations natin. So is it greater than or less than 0? So greater than 0, it's considered a normal good. So normal good. So ibig sabihin kung normal good siya, yeah. And more than 1 pa nga. So normal good and probably a luxurious, no? Luxury. It's a luxury item. Para kay Serena. So yan yung interpretations natin for the YED or the income elasticity. So kay Serena, yung chicken is actually a luxury. So is it a good news para sa mga nagbebenta ng chicken? Yes. Good news yan para sa mga nagbebenta ng chicken kasi yung item nila, no, the moment na nagkaroon ng increase in the income yung mga customers nila, and if they view it as a normal good or probably a luxury item, then mas dadami ba yung kanilang sales? The answer is yes. So is it important for you, no, if you're dealing with a growing company or entity na yung item mo ay mako-considered as luxury? Yes. Kasi kung hindi yan considered as luxury, the moment na nagkaroon sila ng increase in income, no, may bibili pa ba sa'yo? Wala na. Di ba? Siyempre, ang gagawin nilang mga yan, lilipat na sila. Di ba? Lilipat na sila. Bibili na sila ng mas mahal. Kasi they can afford, especially if they consider your item as inferior. Inferior. Okay, so check natin kung ano yung nangyari doon for the elasticity. So the same 1.68. The result is greater than 1, hence the demand is a normal and might even be considered a luxury item. Okay? So ang take lang natin dyan or moral lesson natin dyan if we are part of the suppliers, no? Kailangan yung item natin hindi siya ma-consider as a inferior item. Pag inferior. So check natin to. Example number 2, si Laura. Si Laura naman po ito. So si Laura, check natin si Laura. So ito medyo hindi maganda na example ito. Yes. Bakit iha? So I to cross this line. Ay nagsabi sa inyo na pag nag-aaral, no, walang kakanta or walang music. Ako'y kumakanta. Okay, so si Laura. Okay, anong benta ni Laura? So, every month, Aling Laura earns 5,000 pesos as a fishball vendor. During the period, she also consumes 100 pesos worth of tuyo. Oh my God. Every day. Sino dito everyday kumakain ng tuyo? May I see raise of hands or hindi ko pala makikita yung raise of hands natin. Heart na lang. Sino may heart ng tuyo? Wala. Wala may gusto ng tuyo sa inyo. Mga rich kiddo. Okay. So, dalawa. Yung tatlo. Tatlo lang. Apat. Apat lang? Oh my God. 5? 6? 6. 6 lang kumakain ng tuyo sa inyo? Ito? Okay.
Sir, kumakain lang po pero hindi ganun po. Kumakain lang.
Kumakain.
Hindi araw-araw.
Pero hindi 100.
Hindi araw-araw, sir.
Okay. So, can you imagine yourself also eating the same tuyo? 100 pesos per day. Siguro si TikTok Queen, ito, laging tuyo yung ulam niya, kaya makulit. Pasensya sir, asin lang pitas ng ulo. Oh, masarap yun pag, masarap yung tuyo kapag may kape. Hindi ba champurado?
Sir, magkaiba tayo ng barangay.
Hindi, tinatanong ko kung hindi ba champurado, yung best combination. Hindi ko siya nilalay.
Hindi ko pa na-try.
Try
ko kasi sinabi nyo.
Filipino version, Tagalog version yun. Okay. So, hindi ko pa na-try yung kape. So, ita-try ko yan. Try nyo din yung sinabi ko, tuyo with champurado.
Champurado po.
Yes. Tagalog kasi ako eh. Okay. So, going back, parang hindi ko yata kaya yung 100 pesos worth of tuyo daily. Sakit. Hindi, joke lang. Hindi naman daily yan. Every month naman yan. So, huwag kayong mag-alala. So, every month, 100 pesos. When her income increased by 2.5, so by ulit, so ibig sabihin type plus 2.5, she began lessening her monthly consumption of tuyo to 50 pesos. So, iyan, binawasan niya na. Parang yung time niya sa'yo. Diba? Binawasan na niya. Dati, yung mahirap pa siya, lagi mo siyang kasama. Diba? Lagi kayong nag-uusap. Nung may trabaho na siya at kumikita, ayaw ka na niyang makita. Hindi ka na niya mahal. Okay. So, ang pinalitan lang natin dito, it's the consumption from 100 to 50. So, automatic na yung computations natin. Ano ba? 100 to 50. Ano naman yun? So, it should have been, ito. Palitan pa. 100 to 50. Anong may masabi lang? Wala. Okay, so we have here in negative 1.6667. Okay, so anong ibig sabihin nito? Yung feelings niya sa'yo ay, yan, inferior. Kasi it's a negative number, it's less than 0, it's inferior. Okay. Though it's a necessity, yes, kailangan ka lang niya kapag nandyan ka or kailangan ka niya. Pero inferior ka. Bastos. Okay, so it's an inferior good. Okay. And maybe a necessity. So, yung kumbaga, nandyan ka na lang kasi nakasanayan. Biro lang. Saan pa ba kayo? Okay, so check natin. So, ito yung kabaliktaran nung nasa taas. Okay, it's a normal good and probably a luxury item. Dito naman, kasi binawasan na niya, from 5,000 naging 7,500 yung sahod. Instead na i-double niya yung consumption niya, binawasan niya na 50%. So, we have a negative income elasticity. So, it's an inferior good and maybe necessity na lang, or sabi ko nga sa inyo, nandiyan na lang yan, binibili na lang for the reason na nakasanayan na. So, ibig sabihin, ganun din naman kayo siguro, no? Pag na-doble naman na yung income, baka mag-level up na yung tuyo into tinapa, o kaya galunggong, diba? Or even bangus. Diba? So, pag may chances, magpapalit tayo. Okay? So in this case, sabi niya, it's a, ayan, tuyo is inferior, good. It's an inferior good. Okay? So from the two examples, no, we can see how each consumers responds to a product of their income when their income changes. So in case of Sirin, yung chicken is a normal commodity for her. She tends to consume more of this product when she experiences a raise in her income. However, if the commodity is inferior, the consumer tends to consume less when it is or when his or her income increases, like in Aling Laura's case. So because she can afford to buy other goods which are less inferior to tuyo, she began cutting her consumption of tuyo and probably, no, and possibly spent her earnings into the other goods. Okay. So kung kayong tatanungin, no, with your current budget, no, kaya lang kasi, di ba, ilang taon na kayong naka-online? 2 years na. No? So parang hindi nyo pa na-experience. Balikan nyo yung nakaraan, yung meron pang face-to-face. Okay. Magkano baon nyo noon? Magkano yung baon nyo?
Sir, 20.
20 pesos. Ano pa? Sino pa? Wala? Wala kayong baon? Hindi nagbabaon?
Isang pancham at isang biskwit.
Okay. Isang pansyam sa isang biscuit. Okay. Ako dati tubig lang. Pero ngayon mag-ano ako. So, if ever, no? Ayun, may nagsabi. Ano? 1,000 to 1,500 ang baon niya? Grabe naman. Laki naman ang baon nito. Ay, 100.
Minsan wala pang baon.
10. Kapitbahay lang yung school. Depende sa mood. Okay, anong nabibili? Uy, may 120. So, 150 yung pinaka. Siguro kasama na yung ano dyan, pamasahe. Ay, kasama na yung pamasahe. Oh, may 400. Sana all. May 400, oh. Anong nabibili niyong merienda doon? Anong nabibili niyong merienda? Sa mga nagbabaon ng 20, 40, 50, kamote, tapos yung nilagang saging doon sa daan. Fishball. Tusok-tusok. 5 pisong sopas. Meron ba ng 5 pisong sopas? Walang niya kayo. Okay, so if ever man na yung baon ninyo, no, ginawang times 10. Times 10 siya. Anong gagawin niyo doon sa mga lumang baon ninyo? Bibili kayo ng marami or magpapalit kayo? Given a chance na mag-times 10 yung mga dating yung sa dating yung dito baon. Wala. So malamang sa malamang, no, itong mga nabanggit niyo, tusok-tusok, lugaw, ano pa ba? Candy, kamote, saging, and everything. No? Baka pag nag-times 10 na yung saging or times 100, pero parang OA na yan. Times 10, hindi nyo nabibili niya. So pag hindi nyo nabibili niyan and you change yung consumption ninyo, then yung mga sinabi ninyo are considered as inferior. Pero kung katulad nyo si Mildred, nabibili din ng 10 beses na kamote. Hindi ko na inaasahan yung sagot na to. 10 times 10 din daw yung kamote. Ibig sabihin, nung kay Mildred yung kamote, ano siya, luxury item niya. Gusto ko talagang ma-imagine kung nag-times 1,000 yung baon mo, Mildred. Times 1,000 din na kamote. Mag-i-Starbucks ka, Julian. Paano yun? Tas ang pulang bao mo times 10, 100, Starbucks. Hindi ko rin alam to kay Juliana kung marunong to mag-multiply. Eh. Si Mildred, pag nag-times 1,000 yung baon niya, times 1,000 din yung kamote. Teka lang saglit. Masakit sa ulo. Visit. Ay, sorry. times 1,000 na kamote. Okay, joke lang. Ayoko na. Nice, Carla. Okay, may bago na tayong pangalan sa kanya. Aray ko. Okay, wala na. Gawa nga kayo ng edit na picture niya na may hawak ng kamote. Kadiri ka, Daniela. Okay, going back. Tignan tayo dito. So, yun lang yung sa dalawa. Lang kayo, sayang yung time din. Okay, going back doon kay times 1,000. Okay, cross elasticity naman. Para mabago lang natin. So, cross elasticity of demand is the degree of responsiveness of a percentage change in quantity of a good with a percentage change in price of other goods. So, dalawa. Dalawa yung huwag kayo magpatawa. Tatalo daw kay Princess Sarah. Kumote. Tama na ba, Miss Minji? Masakit na po yung puwet ko. Okay. Okay, game. Seryoso na, seryoso. Okay, so cross elasticity tayo. So, dalawang product yung titingnan natin yung relationship. No? So, if we have a computed zero, no? So x and y are not related at all. Pero kapag greater than zero, positive, and sa positive amount, no? Hindi negative, positive. Wala na din ditong absolute value. They're considered as substitutes. And then we have zero, or less than zero, I mean, negative. We have complements or complementary items. Okay? So, ito yung kunin natin as a summary. Cross elasticity. So, we have CED for this. Of my life. Okay. So, yung cross elasticity of demand, the same pa din. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, the same pa rin yung nasa baba. Okay, ang bago lang dito, sabi niya, since cross, okay, ang gagamitin mo, it's the percentage change of the demand of the other product. Diba? For example, gusto nating malaman kung yung X ba, yung relationship ng X sa product natin na Y. Diba? And vice versa. So, kung sino yung kino-compare natin, no, siya yung nasa denominator po na. Okay. So, the same pa rin yung formula. No? We have the average, and sa denominator we have the price. So ito yung cross elasticity of demand. So check natin to compute for cross elasticity. We have given x and y. Okay, so gusto nating malaman yung relationship ng x and y. Okay, so mag-new lang tayo dito. X and y. Let's have these two goods. These two goods to be true. You feel like heaven to touch. All I want is your. So, lipat na lang natin. Okay, so, cross elasticity of demand. Lapit na tayo, konti lang to. Okay, so we have X and Y here. So halimbawa gusto natin malaman yung relationship ng X kay Y. So ang gagamitin natin si Y. Titingnan natin kung yung product X ba ay complementary or supplement. Actually, wala supplements dito. Substitutes. No? Or not related products. Yung dalawa. Okay? So paano natin gagawin yon? Same formula po. Same lang dito. Copy lang natin to. Pero, ayun. Parang may nagsalita. Okay. So, alin yung bago dito? So, dito, yung quantity demanded na pinag-uusapan dito is si X or sino yung gusto natin pag-aralan. Okay? Tapos dito, yung price naman ni Y. Okay. So, gusto natin malaman yung CED. Okay? Yung cross elasticity of demand, change in quantity demanded of product X. Yan. Over 1. So, yun yung bago. Palitan ko nga ito. Change in Y. Y is input. Okay. Okay. So, palitan natin. So, ano yung tsura niya? Ganito. Gusto natin malaman if the prices of Y will change from 2 pesos naging 3 pesos. Okay? Ano yung effect niya kay good X? So, from 2 to 3, ito naging, so titingnan natin ito, 4, naging 5 dito. So, yung nag-increase tayo ng price, nag-increase din siya ng quantity. Okay, so makikita niya, nag-increase tayo ng price from 2 to 3, naging yung kanyang item, naging 4 and 5. Okay, so ito, palitan lang natin ng quantity of the X and X. Kasi nag-copy lang tayo. And this one is the price of Y. So ilagay lang natin. From 4, naging 5. And we have from 2 pesos to 3 pesos. Okay, so we have 0.556. So ano yung na-compute natin? Okay, if it is positive, no? It's greater than 0, positive, then these are substitutes. Okay? So si product X is a substitute of product. Sorry. Substitute of product Y. Bakit? Kasi tinan mo, nung tumaas yung presyo ni product Y, anong nangyari dun sa quantity demanded kay X? Ano nangyari? Tumaas yung presyo ni Y, dumami. Okay? Liwanag po. Dumami. Kasi, substitute. Liwanag po. Okay, nag-substitute. Parang ano lang yan. Let's say, for example, the price of, let's say, the price of sugar and honey. Yan. So halimbawa, mas mataas na yung presyo ng sugar. Okay? Compare sa honey, which is sama-sama hindi masyadong totoo. Ano mangyayari? Lilipat tayo, di ba? Lilipat tayo from the consumption of sugar to consumption of honey. Mag-honey na tayo kasi mas mura. Ganun po nag-work yung substitutes. Okay. Next, check na natin kung totoo. Gawin natin yung kabaliktaran naman. Yung Y naman. So, check natin yung Y. So, kanilang relationship is what? Si X is a substitute of. Check na natin kung baliktarin naman natin yung computation. Other way around. Can we consider Y as a substitute of X? Can we consider it? So this one is CED pala. It's cross elasticity of demand. Hindi ko nakita. Okay, so babalik rin natin. Ito, quantity demanded change in Y. Tapos dito naman yung X. Ayan. So ito na yung Y ngayon. Ito naman yung price naman ni X. Wow, to be fantasy. Should love become reality? Okay, so check natin. Changes in the price of X from 4 to 5. What will happen to the quantity demanded sa Y? Okay, so ang nagtaas naman ng presyo si good X. Okay, so dito from 2 naging 3. Di ba? Naging 3. Tapos yung price nito 4. So sulat lang natin 2, 3. Ano ba? Y. Quantity demanded from 4 and this one is 5. Okay, so 1.8. So it's a positive amount. Then malaki ang changes. So it's also a considered as substitute. Substitution. Okay? So reveal natin kung the same ba tayo doon sa sinasabi ng libro. If it is a substitute, yes, we have 0.55 kanina, greater than 0, then products X and Y is substitute. When we computed naman kabaliktaran Y with the X, nakita din natin na 1.8 si Y is a good substitute of X. Okay? So next, paano naman pag ito? Copy natin ito. May substitute ba kaya sa cellphone? Parang wala, no? Imagine your life na walang cellphone. Kaya niyo? Ako dati kaya ko. Ngayon, hindi. Now. It's a no. It's a big no. Okay, so copy na lang natin to for the computation. So, bilis. Kasi tamad si Sir Jack. Okay, so titingnan natin this changes in the quantity demanded with the changes of price of Y. So this one, from 2 naging 5 for the price of 3 of 1 naging piso. Mas mura. So check na natin. Quantity demanded 1 is 2, 5 for the price of 3 naging piso. Yeah. So in this case, it's negative 0.8 0.57. So it's less than 0 and negative, they are considered as complementary items. Okay. So if it is complementary goods, no, ibig sabihin dapat magkasama. If ever man na bumagsak yun, hindi maganda. So, tingnan nyo to, no? Yung prices nito, from 3, naging piso, no? Yung Y, nadagdagan. Dumami yung consumption dito. Tama? Bakit? Consider this as complementary items. Ano ba yung mga complementary items natin? Okay? One good example are cars and petroleum or yung gasoline. No? So pag bumaba yung price, no? Let's say for example yung X yung car, ito yung Y, no? Yung gasoline. Pag bumaba yung price ng gasoline, what do you expect sa number of quantity demanded for cars? Malamang sa malamang tataas. Ganun po nag-work yung complementary items. Okay? So pag nagmura yung isa, no? Pag nagmura yung isa, chances are anong mangyayari po? Dadami din yung consumption ng isa. Okay. Check din natin to. Pag nagmura yung car, what will happen to the consumption ng gasoline niya? From 5 pesos yung price ng car, naging 3 pesos. 3 million, namin na lang. Tinan mo yung naging quantity demanded for gasoline. From 2, naging 3. So that's how complementary items work. Narinig po? Pag nagmura yung price ng isa, no? Dadami yung consumption ng isa po. So, kanina, I have also the opportunity to search for samples of complementary items. Back na natin. Ito. We have tennis balls and tennis rackets. We have mobile phones and SIM cards. Siyempre, kung nagmura yung mobile phones, sa daming bibili SIM cards. We have petrol and cars, yung nabanggit ko kanina. We have burger and burger buns, PlayStations and gems, movies and popcorns, and so on. So those are complementary items. Now, pag once na bumaba yung isa, tataas yung number of consumption yung isa. For example, naging mura ang movies. What will happen to the consumption of popcorn? Malamang sa malamang, dadami. Okay? Sorry, may tumatawag, hindi niya alam yung class pa. Okay? Tingnan tayo dito. Tingnan tayo dito sa cross elasticity of demand. Okay. Next, for the last item, we have the price elasticity of demand. Last na po ito. Napaka-simple lang nito. If okay na tayo sa demand, okay na tayo sa cross elasticity and the income, pinakamadali yung supply. Okay. So, always remember lang din yung ano ba? Yung theory natin about supply. If the price increases, ano mangyayari dun sa quantity supplied natin? Mataas din dapat. So check natin. So we discussed the consumer response to the different factors such as price, income, and the price of other products. That is cross elasticity, di ba? Okay, so we will now consider the price elasticity of the supply. In this respect, we will study how to measure the relationship of quantity supplied and the price. Alam natin that they should work on the same ang tawag dito, location ba? Same sila ng pupuntahan. Same position, area. Nakalimutan ko yung term na ginagamit nila. Okay, pataas. Pataas din natin. Okay? So check natin. So yung computation, madali lang ulit to. This case, price elasticity of supply. So we still have the prices denominator. Pero since supply ng pinag-uusapan,
Kaawa na siya.
oh. So sinong kaawa-awa? Miss Suarez? I-mute muna kita. Yeah. Dito, yung nasa denominator naman natin is the quantity supplied. Okay. So ito yung kanilang definition. If it is equal to 1, that's unitary elastic. If it's greater than 1, it's elastic. And less than 1 is inelastic. Again, what do we mean by elastic? Yung affected, tas hindi affected. Okay. So keep in mind that when supply is elastic, producers are able to increase productions even with an increase in cost of production. Elastic kasi kaya naman nilang mabawi. However, when the supply of a product becomes inelastic, producers are hindered to produce more kasi nga mas mababa yung benefit sa kanila. So in this respect, when there is a considerable increase in price of a good being sold, supply becomes elastic. Okay, so makikita niyo po kung mataas yung presyo, malamang sa malamang magiging elastic yung supply. Bakit? Siyempre, more than willing silang mag-produce kasi malaki yung kikitain nila. Okay? However, when the change in price is insignificant, then supply is inelastic. So, titingnan nyo lang dito yung gaano katotoo yung ating definition ng supply or the law of supply. Okay? So, check natin ito. The old price of sardines is 10. At the price of 10 pesos, producers can supply 100. When the selling price is increased to 12, the producer was able to produce its production to, or increase its productions to 120, solve for the price elasticity of the supply. Well, if we're going to use this one, dali lang yan. Tapin na natin yung lahat.
Like in the case of special purpose fund.
Yeah.
For example, in the case of
PES.
calamity fund, that is not automatic for allotments. That is not automatic for obligation of authority. Because for that to be issued isabo, syempre kailangan yung documentation or compliance para masabing may calamity or unrestricted calamity, satisfy yun. Po, mga special allotment release order yan. Kasi yan, kailangan ng clearance, kailangan ng documentations, kailangan ng compliance.
Okay, so this case, I think we still use the formula.
Yan yung mga
Same pa din naman yun. Kaya lang dito, supplies.
Winter obligations, so long as it does not exceed the authorized amount. For example,
Except for this,
yung mga
pwede ba?
appropriations for
Pwede, total revenue. Yeah, pwede.
personal expenses.
So this one is quantity supplied. And we have the price. So when quantity supplied is at
classified o
100, price is 10. Okay, kung yan ay 12 pesos, 120. Yeah. So more than willing sila, no? Bakit? Kasi tingnan niyo, mas malaki yung kinikita nila. 1 per 40. So mag-PES lang tayo dito.
Special clearance doon.
And quantity supplied.
Kasi kung halimbawa doon sa may
Beta lang natin yung mga terms.
capital outlay, doon sa
yes.
personal services, sweldo ng mga empleyado na regular naman na plantilla.
Same lang yung formula, no? Ang babagoy lang natin. So we have QS1.
It does not need clearance, of course,
QS2.
for that to be released. That's covered by
And
general
then
allotment release.
Price 1, price 2. Okay, the same. So quantity supplied 1 is 100, naging 120.
So you can
For
see,
the price of 10, naging 12.
ang reference natin
So
dyan,
we have 1. So anong tawag natin dito? It's actually unitary elastic siya. Okay. So it follows, no? Na kapag nagkaroon ng increase with the price of the product, magkakaroon tayo ng increase ng supplies. Okay. So in this case, maganda. Kasi bawat piso, makikita nyo, bawat piso na idadagdag mo, may katumbas siyang 10. Kasi kung titingnan mo, 100 divided by 10, meron tayong piso, ay meron tayong 10 quantity supplied kada piso. Okay, yung naging 12 pesos, tinan mo. Dagdagan ng piso, ay nagdalawang piso, naging 120. So it's unitary elastic. It's a good, actually good indication. Ibig sabihin kapag kasi 15 pesos, then we expect na meron tayong quantity supplied to 150. So that's how things work with this one.
in case there is adjustment, dahil may nagkaroon ng
Okay? So, yun yung unitary elastic. Yun yung maganda. Okay, next. How about this one? Ang hinabol natin pagdating sa supplies actually, as much as possible, maging elastic siya. Para mauto natin yung mga, mauto talaga yung mga suppliers natin na mag-produce ng madami. Check naman natin to kung it's a good example.
Ayan, tinitrain ng ano yan, ng commission audit. When you work, for example, that would be part of your training. Or when you work in GA or LGU, the commission and audit, sila ang nag-grow ng training for this documentations and forms. Okay?
Check natin. Suppose that an old price of instant noodles is 5 pesos. Then the seller can produce 100. Pero nadagdagan ng 2, so 7 pesos na siya. Okay, double this production. Maging 200. So maganda ba yan? Actually, yes. It's quite good. No? Mas maganda to. More than 1. So kapag more than 1, I think more than 1 to. Elastic. Pinakamaganda to. Okay, kasi madodoble. Imagine mo, malit lang na amount. Check natin ha. From 100, naging 200 for a just minimal change in price. From 5, naging 7. Elastic. Makikita nyo na, yes, it's times 2. Excuse lang. Wait lang, wait. Okay, so last na. Hindi na natin papakita kasi nandito naman na yung computation. For last na kasi overtime na. Okay, 14-inch TV daw was originally sold at 5,000. With this price, appliance store is able to sell 100 TVs. Kasi 5,000. Following the month, a new price of TV is 7,500. However, the store can only increase its supplies by 5 units, 105 lang. So, yung TV is actually not an elastic product. It's inelastic. Bakit kaya? Kahit na mataas yung presyo, tinanin mo, kahit mataas yung presyo from 5,000 to 7,500, they cannot increase or double their sales kasi yung product is inelastic. So, inelastic po siya. So, ibig sabihin, parang titingnan mo naman talaga, hindi porket nagtaas ka dito ng presyo, gagawa ka na ng marami. Hindi eh. Sobrang laki din ng puhunan mo. Other than that, hindi naman siya ganun kabilis maibenta. Okay, so those are the considerations po natin if ever tayo yung supplier. So, hindi ko na siya i-compute kasi the same lang din naman. We have presented dito yung shortcut. No? So, overall, this is your elasticity. So, meron tayong price elasticity, income, cost, and price elasticity of supply. Okay na? So, I think that ends our topic for today. Any questions so far? Kasi lugi na kayo ng oras kasi pinuha ko ng oras na yun. Okay, kung walang questions, sigurado kayo sa wala kayong questions. Pa-open na lang inyong camera and then let's have an attendance first.
What is the objective of maybe
Para makapag-lunch na kayo. Early lunch, I think. I guess. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3, tingin na lang sa camera. Si Checky, baka busy pa yan. Next, another 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Saka si Kamote Queen. So, may TikTok Queen saka Kamote Queen na tayo. Maganda. Just imagine nyo na lang kapag actual to. Sa Panda, ba't wala kayo? Wala kayong video. Perfect, Sotelo, Hardy, Paulo, Castillo, Hana, Altea, Timson, and so on. Okay, so last na po. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, yun lang. Thank you so much for today. Oo. May kailangan din kami ayusin kasi. I'll be sending you the updated version of the Excel and the materials. Yun lang. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you. See you sa mga pupunta din ng Robinsons.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you,
Enjoy.
sir.
Ba't tao kayong tao, PS?
Wala, sir.
Kamote, kamote, kamote.
Di ba ka
Ba't
Nakatawa
yung,
ko sa tawa niyo, sir.
yung picture niyo, tingnan mo, parang hugis ng kamote din. Ubi nga lang. Kamote ng pababa, kamote. Magsama kayo ni TikTok Queen. Sige, see you, bye, enjoy.